Well, a very good evening, everyone. I'm DJ Sean. If you don't know who I am that charity streamer. My job here is to raise money and awareness for various charities, which we will be doing in a few streams' time. We're going to reinvent all the way that we do the charity streaming, so hopefully it's a little bit better for you guys. If you don't know who I am DJ Sean. I do a lot of VR streaming as much as I can, and I've just, I don't know if you guys can hear the crew in the background here cleaning. We might just close the door there while we get going here. But hi everyone, I hope you've had a great start to your week. For those of you living in the southern hemisphere, I think it's about Sunday or maybe coming into Monday there for the Americans, but we'll see. Lupa, hello, welcome from Bali right now. Well, hello from Bali. I hope you're having a good time over there. It'd be nice and warm, hopefully. Let's have a little bit of a chat about our flight today. So while I click fly now on Project Fly, we are flying today, going to be in VR, so we are not using X-Enviro. We'll be using Active Sky tied to Ultra Weather XP. We are sitting on the deck here in a very wet, or starting to get wet, I guess, Sydney Airport here. You can see us on the deck just here on Bay Domestic 38. Oh, you meant in the sim. Oh, there you go, Luke. Well, virtually quite warm. You can see it is quite busy here online. There's a number of aircraft. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the bay. And a couple going down to the holding point you can see just here. It makes 15. And no, nothing for runway 34 right. We are here in Sydney, lovely Sydney. You can see quite one of the biggest cities in the country here in Australia, and you can see lights as far as the eye can see with the CBD just here, with the Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge just behind. Okay, well, we are here in the 7-3. The previous crew have brought the aircraft in, and we're now have received the aircraft in the semi sort of shut down turnaround state, where they've turned off the IRS. The aircraft was on ground power. We've just kicked on the APU, and we're going to configure it up for our flight today. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead now and start getting the aircraft set up. Get that guy set there, that guy set there. Go ahead and turn the window heat on. We'll go ahead and pressurize the hydraulics. And I believe through the wonders of technology, yes, the weight and the fuel has been added to the aircraft. So we'll go ahead now and turn the chimes on and the fasten seatbelt signs on. Maybe it's a little bit... I thought it was a little bit quieter, but obviously not. Hello, what do we got there? ANA 777. Hello, welcome to you. I hope you're doing really well. Alrighty, let's go ahead now and start getting the aircraft configured. So we're going to do an oxygen test on my side. We're working our way across here, the bottom side of this panel. So we go over here to the fire test, fire drill test, cargo fire test. We'll go ahead and do a TCAS test. Quick check on that side, quick check on that side. Into the IRS position. We'll go ahead and do that real quick. Over here, we're in Yankee, Sierra, Yankee. South 3356, East 151, 33 East 151, that's the one we need. Chuck that guy in there, and chuck that guy in there. Keep moving along here. Excuse me. Over to this side, oxygen tested 100% on that side. Go over here, quick test of the enunciators for the autopilot. Enunciators for the autopilot. And a lights test. DJ Sean, DJ Ravs, hey buddy, welcome to the stream. My voice, excuse me, I need definitely need some more scotch. Hey buddy, hope you're doing really well. Oh, that tastes better. Alright, we're doing a lights test now. Let's have a little bit of a look here. Everything seems to be lighting up as it damn well should be. Beautiful, okay. Alrighty, while we do that, a quick GPWS test. Which gate you at? I am at gate 38, domestic gate 38. So I'll give you a bit of an outside view there, buddy. So the international terminal is on this side, the western side. On the eastern side, the Virgin Australia terminal, this finger just here, all by my lonesome here on Bay Domestic 38. Maybe our GPWS test finished? That was rather, I feel like that was rather fast. Maybe we'll just do it one more time for good measure, maybe. DJ, hope you're really well, buddy. Haven't seen you for ages. How's the streaming going and all that sort of jazz? Hope you're doing really well. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look here, Lou here. Airspeed low. Okay, so we've got a full suite of controllers on tonight. We've got Sydney Ground, we've got Sydney Tower, Sydney Approach, and 2 centre controllers on. Did they say when the new codec is being released at Vatsim at the Expo? Oh, I don't know. They did test it at the Expo, but I wasn't aware of when the date for a release is going to be. A quick check of the stick shaker on my side. A quick check of the stick shaker on your side. And a very quick lights test. Excellent. Okay. Is that to B38? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Hey, Con, welcome to the stream, brother. Hope you're doing really well. And there's water on my checklist. The previous crew got it all wet. Okay, so oxygen tested 100% your side and my side. The navigation, transfer, and display switches. That's these guys here. They're normal and auto. Window heat is the 4 switches up the back there. Those 4 are all on. The pressurization mode selector, he's over here in the corner. He's on auto. And flight, I go set my altitude here for us today. West is even, east is odds. I'm pretty sure I gave us 380 on the way down. Yes, I did. Excuse me. I had I scoffed down a chicken curry before I jumped on, and it needs to go down. I think it's like stuck right here. Okay, the flight instruments. So I've got heading 267 my side, heading 267 your side. We've got altimeter 1017 with about 0 feet. That's probably 1018 is the QNH now. So another dot up there, another dot up there. So about 20 foot, 1018 about 20 to 30 feet, and 1018 about 20 to 30 feet. Just got here, and all I hear is the previous crew got it all wet. Well, you've come to the, as I bump the flat lever there, you've come to the right place, Milo. They did, they got my checklist all wet, Milo, as you can see just here. We'll pull that guy down, if I can grab him. See, my checklist is all wet. Okay, so the parking brake is not set. Previous crew. The parking brake is now set, and the engine start levers are cut off. That's the pre-flight checklist complete. Alrighty, let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead now and jump into a bit of a look at our flight plan. Wrong button. How do I get rid of that little bar? What's it doing? What's this piece of... sorry guys, let me just edit my my flight plan here just a little bit for TV. Okay, let's have a little bit of a looky-loo here at the flight plan. So we are operating a Velocity 886 from Sydney to Melbourne, the 10th of July to June, rather. We're not in July just yet, 2019. The store was out of Milo, that made me mad. Okay, so we are travelling to Melbourne today. Trip time of 1 hour and 16. It's normally around about 56 minutes. I think we'll find that we've got some pretty high winds coming across Australia, the southern side of Australia at the moment, which is pretty consistent this time of year, where those winds really do pick up. It's great for going to Los Angeles at this time of year. Shave off like 1.5 hours of the trip, which is great. So that's going to require about 3.6 tons worth of fuel. We've got the standard 8-minute contingency. Skipping all the rest, the weather in Melbourne's really good, so we're not carrying an alternate tonight. Fixed reserve of 30, which is fairly standard. my dog's just barking away there. So minimum required about 5.3 tons of fuel. I am rounding up. I did chuck an extra hour's worth of holding fuel today. It is quite busy online tonight. We've got a number of controllers, a couple of center controllers to get handed off to throughout the flight. And I've chucked an extra hour's fuel on just so whether we hit any holding or have to go around or anything like that. We've got a little bit more fuel up our sleeve there. Let's have a look here. So with that on board, we should be taking off with about 7.5. We plus the little bit there for the taxi on out. So on the bay here, we should have about 7.6 tons of fuel, and there you go, 7.6 tons of delicious motion lotion. By the time we get to Melbourne, we're going to have about 1:33 flight time up our sleeve, or about 3.8 tons of fuel to play with. Quite heavy tonight. We've got a zero fuel weight of 60.4 tons. Add the motion lotion there, minus a little bit for taxi, gives us a blast off weight of about 67.8 tons. Those of you who know me well know what's going to come next. Maximum landing weight for this aircraft is 66.3 tons, so we are a good 1.5 tons over that. We need to be mindful of that for the departure briefing. We're going to burn off about 3.6 on the flight and land in lovely Melbourne with about 64.2 tons on the landing weight there. G'day mate Beerbog, hello buddy, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing really well. We do all need to have a chat too at some stage about the Microsoft Flight Sim announcement. Hey Theo. We do need to all have a chat about that. I'm sure that most of you now would have seen the trailer for the new Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim. We'll have a chat about that when we get airborne. Thanks, Beerbog. Thanks for the welcome back, mate. Great to be back. And Theo, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Okay, so the schedule. We're out at 9:40. It's 9:22. Let's see if we can get a wriggle on. Landing in Melbourne about 11:05 scheduled. Extra fuel, if only Con had that. Con, one of my followers and a big supporter of my channel, unfortunately had an issue with fuel, and yeah, well that's about as he can explain it. Okay, we're up to flight level 380 tonight, or 38,000 feet. We've got a shear rate of 2. We know anything greater than 6 means we're going to have a few bumps. Given it's only 2, we should have a fairly smooth cruise tonight. Like I said, guys, that high flight time there for this short little flight, 261 at 107 knots. Woohoo, it's blowing up there, and we're going to be facing most of that as we track down to the southwest, on a southwesterly track to Melbourne. Not carrying an alternate today, so we're not carrying any of the alternate information. No contingency summary that we need to worry about today. This is the business end of the flight plan. You'll see me get back to this in just a few minutes when we start configuring the aircraft, but I'll skip it for now. This is the actual flight plan. It lists all our waypoints, top of climb, top of descent, any step climbs, important timing information, wind information, but most importantly it has the fuel information down the far right hand side here. Typically on a flight, the FO or the pilot not flying will be marking that off and doing a cross check over every waypoint just to make sure that we're not having any large deviations in fuel usage. No alternate plan tonight. Like I said, the weather in Melbourne is quite good, and let's have a little bit of a look at that now. So we are here in Sydney today. The wind, this observation was taken at 08:30, so about just shy of an hour ago. 250 at 6 knots on the wind, good visibility, a couple of showers moving throughout the area, and I think it was raining. Seems to have dried up a little bit now. There was some rain there on the windshield. A few clouds at 4,800, scattered at 6,000, broken at 7,200 feet. Temperature 18, dew point 12, QNH 1018. From 08:30, so now, moderate turbulence below 5,000 feet. Mystery, hello, welcome to you. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're doing really well. We're just going through the flight plan. We won't. We'll be up very, very soon. And we don't. Looking at the forecast again, the weather's we're going to get a bit of a northerly wind there, and ceiling and visibility is okay. Melbourne. Let's have a look at this. Observation was taken at the same time. 08:30 Zulu. 350 at 10 knots. Maybe we'll get runway 34 and we can do a nice right 90-degree turn onto runway 34. We'll see how we go. Cav okay, so ceiling and visibility is okay. So we should get a really nice view of the city coming into Melbourne. Temperature 13, dew point 7, QNH 101 since 6, and no significant weather. And as you can see, the forecast there looking really, really good for Melbourne. Okay, looking at a sideways view of our flight, we're going from right to left. You can see a little bit of crap here and a little bit of crap down lower when we descend into Melbourne, just a little bit of rough air, nothing too bad. And you can see that's why we've got a very good or very low shear rate today. Looking at the top down view now, starting in the top right from Sydney, we'll track down on that direction. As you can see, very much a headwind as we steam towards Melbourne. What are you using for flight planning? We're using PFPX, which is a professional flight sim flight planning piece of software that tries to mimic as much as it can to real world flight planners. Okay, well that is it from the flight plan review, guys. We have got full ATC online tonight, so let's go ahead now and we'll get the ATIS. I need a writing implement, so I've got my trusty pen here. I've got some scrap paper, so we'll dial up the ATIS and have a little bit of a listen here, and then we'll jump onto ground, get our clearance and get on the way. And he said to the man, run in the stand. Do you have a barbecue to go cook? Alrighty.
Terminal information, hotel. Expect independent visual approach. Do not pass through assigned runway center line. Runway 34, left. Wind 270 degrees 5 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud view 4,800 feet. Scattered 6,500 feet. Temperature 18. QNH 1018. On first contact with Sydney.
Oh, we lost the ATIS. And we lost ground as well. Okay, you must be going to bed at 7:30. It's getting pretty late, and school tomorrow. So over to tower now, 1205. Yeah, okay. The ATC is already dropping off, and we haven't even started. Sydney Tower, very good evening. Velocity 886 for Melbourne request clearance.
Velocity 886, stand by for you.
Oh, wow, you are really low. Audio.
Sydney Tower, Constitution 11, Melbourne via Wollongong to departure 34 left, climb maintain 5,000, score 4460 and departure frequency 124.4.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, we got a PDC. Okay. Quick change of the battery.
Guitar, good evening. Polar 246 with hotel, request clearance to Melbourne.
Polar 246, stand by for PDC.
Okay, so we got our PDC here for us. Clear to Melbourne via 34 left. Wall 2. Yes. Direct maintain 5,000. 1244 and 4505. And our tower velocity 886. PDC read back.
Velocity 886, go ahead.
Cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong 2, departure runway 34 left to Wollongong. Maintain 5,000, airborne 1244 and squawk 4505, velocity 886.
Velocity 886.
Alrighty, PDC makes life easy for you and me. As we'll go ahead and chuck just going to say Swift back over that side. Okay, I always forget to put the squawk code in, so we'll go 4505 there. Okay, let's go ahead now and get the flight plan plugged in. Charts, plans. Sydney to Melbourne on the 10th of June. We want the flight plan page, which is this guy just here. So I did say we would revisit this page. So this is the flight plan page. It lists our route, distance of 393 nautical miles. Do you have Project Fly? ANA 777? I do. That's what does my flight information on the top of my screen there. Flight level 380 for us, and we're going to work our way along this FMC data entry line. Just here. Said to the man, run in the stand. I've got that damn song in my head now. Where are we going to? Melbourne. Bum, 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 bum. We are velocity 880. I don't know. We need to do Sydney, Melbourne. We need to do our route first. Sydney, MEL1. Company route. Activate, execute. Tree for left. We are velocity 886. Yeah. I'm going to forget that tonight, and we're going to turn into velocity 866. I can see myself doing that now. Never had a PDC before, Milo. You'll typically get them during big events. Just helps clear up the airways as well. Departure is a Wollongong 2 departure. Go ahead and execute that guy. Performance initialization, so working our way along here. 60.4, I'm going to be rounding up for the zero fuel. 1.2 for the reserves. We're going to go to 50 on the CI just to get us up there a little bit faster. 380 for us. The wind once we get up there is 261 at a big 107. And it's a balmy negative 51 once we get up there. Transition altitude of 10,000 feet. We'll go 24k D rate, and we won't do a D rate in the climb. Flaps 5 for us with VAC 4.93. And that guy 149, and up to you 149. Okay, that's probably all we need for you right now. Let's go ahead actually and get some charts. No, we won't use that. We'll use this guy. Airports, YSSY. Get some charts cranking here. Airport. What do we got? Airport info chart. Departure chart. It's a Wollongong 2 departure. And the approach will do an ILS back into 3-4 left. Okay. That guy there. It's 335, so we'll go ahead. Whoa. Good old X-plane. 335. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is just get the aircraft configured up. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog there barking. 335 on the heading. We'll clear to 5,000. Flight director on my side. Yours, mine is master. Yours is slave. I need to probably go quickly and get my dog to calm down. Guys, let me just sort my dog out. I'll be right back.
5,000, squawk 4517, and departure frequency is 124.4. Cafe 31, heavy.
Qantas 1950.
Qantas 1952, stand by, break, last station calling, say again.
Yeah, Qantas 1952, request pushback and stuff.
Qantas 1952, hold position.
My damn dogs. Alrighty. Mystery, the new, you broke into the office. I've had a bust into the flight deck here. We can't. I've had a break into the flight deck here. Oh, dogs. Ugh, I can taste dinner. Can't bud back out there. Okay. My dog's trying to kill me. Okay, 1121. 1121. We'll flick you on that side. 110. 1. Flick you on that side.
What is it?
It's the little room in the front of the plane where the pilots sit. That's not
That's
important
not important right now. Alrighty. Have we done everything we needed to do? No, we haven't. I normally don't forget that. 0.78 for our cruise, 0.78/280 for the descent profile, and the forecast, the flight level on the way down, and for our transition level is 110. Landing with about 5 ton. The plan has us landing with 3.8, which isn't an issue. Cute, looks like my old dog just with a flatter nose. Alrighty. Okay, I think we are ready for a departure briefing. So for those of you on the stream, you are my virtual FO, so if you've got any questions during the departure briefing, please let me know. Okay, so we are operating Virgin Australia Flight 886 from Sydney through to Melbourne. We've gone through the weather and the flight plan, so we won't go through any of that again. We're over here on domestic 3 Bay 38, so it's going to be a pushback for us, nose left, tail right, and then we'll be given a taxi via Golf Charlie down here to Lima. See if we can blast off Lima. If we can't blast off Lima, they'll give us either Alpha 5 or Alpha 6 for a departure off runway 34. Speaking about the departure, it is a flaps 5, standard 24k D rate with no D rate in the climb, so it's going to be a left-hand seat takeoff. So from 0 through to 80 knots, I will abort the takeoff for anything that I don't really like, and you guys shout out on stream if you see anything. But once we get to 80 knots through to V1, I'm only going to abort for an engine failure or loss of control of the aircraft. From V1, we're going to take the problem into the sky. Talking about taking the problem into the sky, this chart just here is chart 11-5, effective the 23rd of May. It is the ILS localizer for runway 34. Where's the VR? It comes after we do the briefing. So the aircraft has been configured for the ILS back onto runway 34 left. This is the runway that we'll be departing off, so if something does go tits up, as long as we get above 2,700 feet, we'll just do a left-hand circuit and come straight back and shoot the ILS into Sydney. Amir TV, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We are about 1.5 tons over our max landing weight, so we'll stay up there, burn a little bit of fuel off before we come back and try and lighten up the plane a little bit before touching back down in Sydney. If nothing does go tits up, this is the guy that we've been cleared for. This is the Wollongong 2 departure, chart 10-3F. Effective the 24th of May. Was Jones, hello buddy. Millie is a little one you saw attacking my face with licking and biting, and Charlie, her older brother, is much more sensible and is asleep at my feet. So the Wollongong 2 departure calls for us heading 335, and at 800 feet we turn left, track out to 10 DME Sydney, and then it's left to 260, and after passing 7,000 feet it's left hand turn to Ankub, and then right down to the gong there. So what we might do is we might just manually put a 10 nautical mile fix in here, Sydney / 10 there, and we should have a nice little 10 DME circle around Sydney there. There you go. Cool, do you use joystick or the VR controllers? Just the VR controllers, buddy, just these guys here. Okay, that's terrain. There's a fair bit of terrain far out of Sydney there, but 2,700 feet is the MSA, and the weather's pretty good here in Sydney. So that completes the departure briefing. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, let's go ahead now and get into it. So we'll go ahead. I'm just going to turn off something here real quick. The chocks are removed. We might just turn those off as well. Background, no, I don't want the GPU. I want to go request pushback, please.
Ground to cockpit, toast driving up right now.
Have we got ground on? No, Sydney Tower, Sydney approach, okay. Fossman for the win, hello buddy, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing really, really well. We're just getting ready to push back here in Sydney. Speaking of getting ready, let's go ahead now and close the doors. Close, close, close. We'll confirm the closure with the lights up here.
One request, I-5 permission camera.
All doors are closed.
Close 421, stand by.
Close that. Is it busy in Sydney tonight? What do we got here? So we've got a couple over there. What do we got? We've got it 1, 2, 3 over at International. We've got me. We've got one just here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just there. So 7. Very busy.
Quick holding point, 3-4 left, line,
Fossman, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, my friend. If you have any questions or comments, please shout out. Okay, I think we're ready for VR. I think we are.
Bravo Juliet November 099er. Give way to the velocity.
To make sure I don't walk over my dog here. I'm going to go ahead and switch mics now. So we're going to be over to this mic just here.
So connected and bypass been inserted. Release the parking brake when you're ready.
When you're ready. Okay, so let's go ahead now and get ready to jump into VR.
The 887 request taxi to...
Okay. Let's go ahead. Who we got there? Sorry for spawning on top of you before, Sean. Tom, it's okay, buddy. No dramas, mate. Jones, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow, brother. Let's go ahead and jump into VR.
Hold just 8 second parking.
Okay, that guy there. That guy. So you're going to see blackness for a second. Just let me jump into VR, guys, and I'll be right back with you.
Negative. We're looking to go down the eastern end.
Roger 8, Roger, hold position.
Hold position, I'll see that.
Sydney Tower, Qantas 1952, race taxi to 34 left.
Every time I jump into VR in the Rift headset, I am so pleasantly surprised at the clarity in this headset. Okay, Windows, what do we need? We need Windows, plugins, Move VR, VR over there. We need, where's my little chatty program? There. Hello everyone. Hey Jake, welcome to the stream, brother. I hope you're doing well. Can someone in chat help me? When I was flying today, I went on to VNAV and my dev center went so fast that I fell out from the sky. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Alrighty, let's do a checklist on. Okay, so we want the before start checklist. We want 7.5 or 7.6 as per the plan, and the pumps are on. There's nothing in the center tank, so we don't need to worry about that. Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked on my side, locked on your side. The MCP, we've got V2, 149, 335 and 5000 set. City pre-flight, we've got 141, 142, 149, 149. That's the city pre-flight completed. The trim is free and 0. The taxi and takeoff briefing completed. To the line, below the line, the flight deck door is closed and locked, and the anti-collision light is on. AFM, this is the Zibo.
And taxi to Lima holding point via Charlie, crossing 25, Qantas 1611.
Taxi to Qantas. Sydney Tower, Qantas 784 got broke into, then just confirming I did get your message, cleared for takeoff runway 34 left, Qantas 784.
Qantas 784, AFM runway 34 left, clear for takeoff, contact departure to everyone.
And his name is John
Clear for takeoff and contact departure, just running out.
Tower, velocity 886, Bay 38, request push. Lord Groot, hello, welcome to the stream.
Velocity 886, pushback approved.
Push approved, velocity 886. Okay, push approved. We start the clock.
Sydney Tower, g'day,
Brakes released. You clear to push, buddy.
44. We do have a railway clearance. We had to reboot. We're on Golf on the western apron of West Texas.
Clear to start engine.
Polar Bear 1350. I am going to have a chat about that when we get airborne, buddy. So stand by for that. We're definitely going to have a chat.
Bravo Juliet, November 0.
Fair bit of traffic out there for the holding point there.
2 Bravo 10 holding point.
Okay, let's go ahead and start. So it's going to be 2, then 1. No, we want that one. That one.
Sydney Tower, Qantas Link 421, rebacks ready.
Okay, so watching N2 here rise up, we're going to be at 24. We're going to be bringing fuel in.
Fueling 421, standby.
Lord Groot, VR is amazing. I only ever fly X-Plane in VR. If the add-on doesn't come with VR support, I am not buying it.
Give way to the 737, taxiing right to left on Golf.
Copy, give way to aircraft on Golf. Qantas 1952.
Start a cutout. That looks like a good start on 2.
983,
starting
pushback and start once this velocity moves.
Just on 983, roger, you'll receive pushback after the velocity has started taxiing. So, hold position.
Would you recommend the HCC Vive or Rift? Fossman, I would recommend the Rift S. The Rift S. The Oculus Rift S. Here comes the fuel for the left.
Cafe 31 heavy, runway 34 left, clear to takeoff.
Alright mate, operation complete, go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set, buddy.
Alright mate, disconnecting toes, stand by.
Sydney Tower, Polar 246.
That's a starter cut out on 1. That's a good start on 1. Flaps 5 for us. Control check. Watch your knees, guys. You blocked me in, Sean. Oh, sorry, Tom. Rudder right, rudder left. I'm in price to quality. I'm kind of on a budget. If you're on a budget. You want the Rift over the Vive. Okay. We want to disconnect you. Okay.
MS44, taxi 2 Alpha 5, holding point, runway 34 left via Golf Alpha cross 25.
Yes.
Golf Alpha cross 25 to the Alpha 634 left of Emirates 446.
Okay.
So it's disconnected, bypass pin, yeah, it's removed. I'll give you thumbs up on the right and catch you next time. Have a safe flight.
You gotta watch those Virgin pilots. Thanks, buddy. We'll see you next time. Oh. Okay, before taxi checklist generators are on, probe heat is on, anti-ice not required, isolation valve is that guy there, he's on auto, engine start switches for this aircraft remain auto, recalls checked, auto brake RTO, engine start levers are idle, D10 flight controls have been checked, and dispatch clearance, thanks buddy, is checked. That's the before taxi checklist. Complete.
Via Golf, Charlie. Cross 25 and expect to cross.
It's the little chrono button, it just starts the stopwatch. You can see 3, 4, 5, press it again to stop, press it again to reset. ET is the flight time, lapse time. And tower velocity 886 with hotel, request taxi.
Velocity 886, taxi 2. Lima holding point 34 left via Golf Charlie cross 25.
Taxi to holding point Lima runway 34 left by Golf Charlie and cross 25 velocity 886. Okay, taxi light on, APU off, we are clear on the right and clear on the left, let's go.
Entry for left, clear for takeoff for departure 124.4 Bravo, Juliet number 0.
So you can play Beat Saber
Can
and
you
other
go
games
on
with the
it?
Rift S. Oh yeah,
421.
Fossman, absolutely. Absolutely, no issues there.
Contact 421, apologies, go ahead with feedback.
We're clear to Canberra via anchor plan route, maintain 5,000.
One minute, I've got to do, sorry
Sydney 1
guys.
departure, runway 34 left, squawk 4464, and departure frequency is approach on 124.4.
Hey boys.
Hey, all.
Fueling 421.
So I've got a whole bunch of friends on Discord that I've been ignoring there for a little bit.
Taxi to runway 32 left, hold at Lafayette and Golf, Charlie, expect to cross runway 25, follow 246.
Follow 246.
Honestly, 421, request pushback.
I love Sydney at night. So much going on.
421, pushback approved.
Okay, so this should be Golf.
Now just 983, links are request pushback.
Yep, that's Golf and that's Charlie.
Fueling
Man,
2,
everyone's calling up.
421, pushback approved.
And we were cleared to cross to, ooh, weather change. Cleared to cross 25, which is 25 just here it should be.
And tower velocity 887 is
Runway 2507, a quick check left.
Hey Sean,
That's
centre's logging
clear.
off, mate.
Check right. U centre or the centre?
Number 1.
All the centres.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Sean, I took the next number up from your call, so I'm 887, you're 886.
Okay, buddy.
Clear left.
Killing 1.
Clear right.
Delta, and by 4 PB.
Oh.
Hey Grego, did you see that other message I sent you?
No.
Okay, so taxi down here.
Yeah,
zoom
just
all the way
on
back.
PAGPO on these departures got a 7,000 or below, which is meant to segregate from inbound traffic.
Just 983,
So they cancel it if there's no inbound, because
I wanted to
Roger,
slow down
push
this
through,
time.
just on 983,
you
thank you.
cancelled my speed, so I actually I still
I
have
think
to
it's
go
you,
by
Brother
7,000. And
10,
when you cancel
ready
speed,
for
you don't
takeoff.
climb as quick, so he'll reach it and level out.
That's where he is, but he's from Jetstar, so he gets to
hold
maintain
position number.
I'll track him via sail then.
I actually wanted to see if you'd pick up on the climb by the seat, because I didn't think you'd climb by the seat because you'd already passed the 7,000 when I gave the higher level.
And Sydney Tower,
No, I leveled out
number
at
2 holding
7,000.
point Lima.
Yeah, I know, but when I gave, because I'd
If
given you climb by the
you
seat for
lend
180,
your head over, lean your head over the throttle, does it?
so yeah, when I gave
If
you
you-
360, you'd passed.
If you lean your head
number
over
four
the
front
throttles, for
point,
example,
probably
will it
didn't
pick
give
it
you
up?
climb by the seat.
I'll probably whack my head into my
I'd
desk.
only
Then
just passed it.
Yeah. Does
I was starting to climb again.
everything I want it to do.
When you're doing 300 knots,
Twist my
level
neck.
out.
And 5. Brake velocity 8.
Do some of that pilot shit,
3
mate.
4 left, clear takeoff, contact.
Do some of that pilot shit, Mav.
Roger,
Let these little whippersnappers out of their seats, I guess.
want us to contact departure 887?
Okay, the
Go on,
crew
go on,
just told
before
us
he
they're
gets
ready in the
pants, there you
back.
go.
The
Seatbelt sign off.
887 contact departure level.
What do we got here? We've got, just
the
check,
nice
there's nothing
kind
coming
of
down
pilot that I
there.
am.
No. Before
What a
takeoff
nice
checklist, flaps are
Lovely
5,
4.1,
green
request
light,
taxi,
and
runway
stabilizer
34
trim is
left.
4.9 units set before takeoff checklist complete.
Killing 421, taxi.
And
to
we're in the queue.
Bravo 10 holding point, runway 34 left.
Here I go, boys.
via Charlie, cross 25.
Good luck, we're all counting on you.
Live YouTube.
Taxi, Bravo 10, holding point by Charlie, across runway 25, killing 421.
Who's on,
Is
Who's on Snowy,
P3D
Greg?
good for VR? I'm not sure, buddy, I don't
Snowy
use it.
Is
I only use
Joshua Mikola.
X-Lane.
he's alright, isn't he?
Yeah, he's up.
80 knots.
We can't hear you much, there is too much noise in the
He's an instructor,
background.
apparently.
Too much,
Emirates 44, holding point Alpha 6, runway 34 left 3.
there's a lot of ATC, unfortunately.
V1 rotate.
44. Hold
It's probably because
position
I got
number
my controller rating back in about 1996. I haven't fucking used it
Emirates
since.
44.
Course 1952. Runway 34 left, line up and wait.
Contact Unicom 1228.
Line up,
all I
runway
know how to
34
do.
left and hold. Qantas 1952.
Damn.
And this is Jetstar 983, we're ready for taxi.
This is Vatsim. Hey, Mascot. Hey, KBX.
983, taxi to Bravo 10, holding point 34 left via
And departure velocity 887 with you, climbing through 1,500 for 5,000.
I might just...
Hey Sean, is that Qantas guy stopped short of the whole short line, or?
Roger, that was
We might do, guys. I might just turn the
Bravo
other voice
10
down a little bit.
via Golf Charlie cross 254 Jetstar 983.
There we go. Is that any better? They're a little bit quieter now. The voice in Discord.
Turn those assholes on Discord off.
Killing 178. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say that guy rolled through the line. What's approach 1244?
Check the chart. Are you asking me? Yes, that's right.
Okay, copy. Okay, so the departure 335 to 800 feet, left 290.
Airways clear.
Killing 178 Delta for track 3.
Depends on the tower control bar.
And tower velocity 886, we're ready, holding point Lima in turn.
Velocity 886, hold. Standby.
Hold standby. Okay, we'll do that.
Sean, I can confirm 124 decimal.
You told me to check, piss off and check the chart, mate, so I did.
Velocity 886, number 5.
Number 5, velocity 886. Fuck.
Qantas 1952, runway 34 left.
Number 5.
What happened to this crappy weather for Tassie tonight? Actually wasn't too bad.
Clear for takeoff, runway.
Alrighty, well we better do a, if we're number 5, we better do a bit of a chat to the guest in the back, I reckon. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, your captain speaking, a very good evening to you and welcome aboard Virgin Australia Flight 886 from Sydney through to Melbourne. Well, we did get away on time, but unfortunately, as is the case at this time of the evening, we are in prime time here in Sydney and we are caught up in the queue. ATIS has just advised us that we're number 5 for departure, so we'll probably be another 10 minutes on the ground. Once we do get away, though, we'll do our very best to make up any lost time in the air, and we do anticipate after a few bumps here in getting out of Sydney, we'll have a relatively
plane where the pilots. That's not important right now.
a relatively smooth flight for the remainder of your trip. We'll get back to you later in the flight with some updated weather and arrival details. Until then, we invite you all to sit back and relax and enjoy your flight. Okay, back with you. No changes.
Well, everyone's sitting on the ground, so...
Alrighty. Do they know number 5?
Back and relax on the TAs.
Because, mate, you're not going to stand up and get in the overhead locker, are you?
Yeah.
There's some traffic out there. The cabin can still hear ya.
Man, I think I need more memory for X-Plane. I've only got 8 gigs in this system and I think I need more because it's still choppy even though I've got a 1070 now.
Oh mate, you should try the 1050 Ti.
Is that what you have?
No.
I hear a bloke who's got one going cheap.
Yeah, there's a bloke that's got one going cheap.
I got my 1070 for like 400 bucks.
Nah mate, keep your 1070.
Yeah.
I'm 3 behind you, Sean.
3 behind me?
It's good the 1070's like fine, runs most games, but when it comes to X-Plane...
Oh wow!
Like, hold up to only 8 gigs of RAM and a bad CPU, so...
We've got a...
Look like in front of you stopped on the runway. Holding everyone up.
He is. We've got a 7-4 behind us, Paul Air 7-4, and then we've got TomTom. Oh, I don't like being on this side of the aeroplane. Ooh. There we go. Get the 1050 Ti, I've got one cheap.
On taxiway Lima 34 left.
That's the guy, that's the 747 behind me.
Hello, 246. Expect to be crossing 34 left for Alpha 6 after departure.
Oh, there's my scotch. I thought I had a scotch. Ah, cheers, everyone.
Expect to cross 34 left for holding point Alpha 6 for departure. Apollo 246.
I'm jumping into VR now for Sydney to Melbourne. Nice, Domingo. Curto.
What arrival runway
Ooh.
is Melbourne using right now?
Hopefully 3-4.
Yeah, good evening. Takeoff 262 established final 8.5 miles.
Fuck, he's hammering. Shit. Rotate at 200 knots.
34 doesn't have an iOS. RIP.
Oh, it does if you talk to some controllers, mate.
Well, in the Zibo, there definitely isn't one, so... There's an RNAV and a GLS.
Nah, mate, just do the visual approach off over She. That's what I'm going to ask for.
Oh,
yeah, mate, you got a hand fly it.
Oh,
None of this RNAV shit. I think old mate and just ahead of me has been clear to line up.
Yeah, about 420 ready for the clearance.
I was number 1, and then someone else came up, and then a Qantas behind me.
Vodka bonus 420 clear to operate within the circuit.
I think that Qantas is still on the ground, mate.
Is he actually?
The
1611.
I don't know, he was just on Lima behind
I
me.
love scotch. I love scotch.
Probably him.
Scotch, scotch, scotch. Here it goes down.
Down into my belly. You fucking wait there, mate. Bloody truck.
Sorry, just R983.
Milo and everyone on stream.
R983, just confirming you want us on Bravo 10.
If you do exclamation mark commands, you can get a list of all the commands there.
What's VDM?
1611, runway 34 left, clear for immediate takeoff.
Apparently that's an approach thing, there's VDM,
Clear to immediate takeoff, Connor 1611. And departure 124.4 in airport.
And his name is John C.
Hey, here we go. Rickus Bitty? Oh. Rickus Bitty? Sorry for totally making a hash of your name. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Gonna go pop in the shower and get my day started. Super nice weather for once in Norway. I'll catch you, before I head out. So be right back in maybe 20 minutes. Alright, Fossman, have a good shower, mate. Make sure you clean yourself very thoroughly. Where's old mate? He's gonna rotate.
Link 178. Confirm, ready for
Okay, the 1050 Ti is good. The sim is not the GPU intense anyway, only very CPU intense.
Wait, so if you want to do a visual approach, what do you put into your FMC?
Nothing, mate. Just the runway. Just runway 34.
Okay.
Mystery, until you want to do VR.
His name is John C.
Hey!
Roger. LA departure frequency 123.9er.
Roger. Request vector. Over. What?
Flight 209er clear for vector 324.
We have clearance clearance. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
The 1050 is not powerful enough for X-Plane in VR.
Manual approaches, VFR, all that sort of stuff recently, so...
Yeah, not for VR, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I should set flaps for takeoff.
That would
nah, don't worry about it, mate.
Nah, who needs flaps?
That's a 886 behind the arriving aircraft.
That's us.
And wait behind.
Behind the landing aircraft, rather, line up behind velocity 886. Okay, guys, behind this guy, we line up and wait. Where's my little light switch?
I feel like I'm going to be a long ways behind you, Sean.
I think so, mate. If this guy ever touches down, that's it, mate. Push it into the ground. That's it.
Don't hold back, just nose down.
Oh, nose first.
Okay, we are clear on the left and one rolling out on the right. Oh, look at all the traffic in the circuit. Look at them all. Look at them all.
Done pretty well at matching speed. He's got behind you. He's got another 6,000 feet to climb.
Arcabix, the Rift S is really clear, so no problems.
No, you vectored him by
You might need to lose 14 minutes on the cruise.
Jetstar's the one that gets vectored to east sail.
Across it, 3-4
whichever one's got you on the flight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the flight deck and bloody Ben's behind the scope. It's east sail, mate. It's the straightest line between Hobart and Melbourne. Please know.
Sean, which star did you put in for your arrival? Or do you know?
Don't know it, mate. I haven't been given it yet.
Alright.
Next you go, brother. Top of the descent. After top of the descent, after top controller, I had to ask for it 3 times.
Yeah, alright.
Velocity
875 for the we can do what all the way down.
We can do what real pilots do and get your whiz wheel out.
Expect late line release the hot. Break, velocity 886, runway 34 left.
Yeah,
Takeoff.
real pilots have whiz wheels, mate.
Clear for takeoff, velocity 886. Okay, up together, both up together. Toga, let's go.
Target PL 279. West clearance to Sydney.
Tango 279, standby for
80 knots.
Check.
E1 rotate.
The fuck was that guy doing? Gear up.
Very nice.
Request runway 34, right?
It's 800 feet turn left. 800 feet turn left. There's 800.
1,000.
Turn left.
Right.
Right.
Clear right. Clear left.
Your other left.
I have control.
To the land 34 left, velocity 875. Tower.
Minimise.
UPS and all that. Melbourne and so forth.
Left 065, reduce speed, anything below 210, Takeoff 252.
Engine start levers cut off.
City departures, hello, velocity 886 is 2,500 on climb 5,000.
Oh, that's saying why not.
See this guy's call sign on the ground.
Velocity 886, good departures, identify climb flight level 280.
Flight level 280, velocity 886.
Eagle 228, connect tower 20.5.
20.5, yep.
280. Okay, 10 and then 260.
Course 144, you on my frequency.
Sorry guys if I missed anything there on the chat, just concentrating here at the minute.
GL 252, continue heading 350, left 350, and you're clear visual approach 34 left.
Left 350, clear visual approach right 34.
Okay, that's 260 and after passing 7,000 feet turn left, okay.
Qantas 1952, contact center 125.0, good day.
True buddy, true.
Qantas 1952 with you?
In your Swift there.
Qantas 1952, contact center 125.0,
My
have a
CSL
good one.
Bluebell through a squawk box and
Contact center at 125.0, thanks for the ATC.
Yeah, not sure, but I can't do tech support at the moment.
Yeah.
Correction, velocity 886, track direct anchor.
Direct anchor velocity 886. No, I think I had to make it.
You have 144 with you at
yeah, it might be your. You might just not have a model for it, so it's just substituting.
Quarter 144, Sydney approach, descend 8,000.
Okay, Command A. After takeoff checklists. Engine start switch, engine bleeds, sorry. Engine bleeds are on, packs are auto, landing gear is up and off and flaps are up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete. Let the crew up.
Let me guess.
Field 252, taxi station, Chicago Tower 120.5 today.
Let me guess, it'll be the Warren
Tower 120.5.
Alpha on my 27.
That's probably a good guess.
Wow, hello Sydney. Beautiful. The Sydney Harbour Bridge all lit up over there, guys.
Is it getting fully hectic yet?
The airport we just departed from. You can see all the traffic down there. Hi Sean Howell. Avjo, hello, welcome buddy. Oculus Rift S takes a long time to wake up. Avjo, when you first turn the Oculus software on, keep it up off the desk. Off.
Last station calling CC again, call sign.
Off.
Standards. Thanks, I tried contacting you 3 times, but you, no problem.
162.
125.0.
Yeah, probably. Did you just hear that on the stream? Say again.
Should I fly Sydney to Hong Kong? Hey Boix, welcome to the stream, buddy. Avjo, hang on a sec, let me jump out of VR, guys. Now that we are on our way, I'll jump out of VR here for a little bit as we leave Sydney behind. Bye Sydney. And we track direct to the Gong. Alright, let me jump out of VR here, guys. Give me a sec.
Maintain flight level 160.
160, Q-Link 421.
There we go, switch to a decent mic as well. Might turn this light on here a little bit, give us some extra light here in the flight deck. Oh yeah, whew. Still get the old, the VR mark. Oh well. Okay, so what do we got here, guys? Let me see, Avjo, real quick. What you want to do is pick your headset up. When you start the Oculus software from the start menu or from the icon, just lift your headset up and get it off the desk, because it does use the bottom sort of cameras and the side cameras to orient itself, and if it's on a desk when you start the software, it does get a little bit of its position tracking a little bit flaky and takes a little while to come online there. Sometimes I put on VNav and it doesn't descend when it's meant to. Do you know why? Lord Groot, you should have a you should be able to tell on your top of descent page when your top of descent is, and you should get a path, a little indicator on the side of the ND, and that should tell you when your top of descent is coming up. If you don't have one of those, your FMC is not set up correctly. Oh yeah, and like Greg said, changing your MCP altitude to a lower altitude, that's what you got to do, otherwise it'll just keep flying the maintained altitude. Thanks Barbs, that's a good tip. Yeah, it's kind of a requirement. Yeah, make sure the altitude's set. Jake's absolutely right. Spax, hello! X-Enviro 11 any good? Haven't tried it yet. Spax, X-Enviro is quite frame hungry at the moment, and for me it's not VR compatible. Ugh, so it's a no-go for me. But I am going to be getting into a lot. Barbs and I did a lot of GA flying, because I need to get my license back, so practicing, even though I haven't done it for a little while. And the worst thing is trying to stay VFR in active sky, and then it does a massive weather reload, and all of a sudden you're in cloud. So I can see X-Enviro being absolutely amazing for VFR flight, because there's no more weather reloading. You see a cloud there, you miss the cloud. It doesn't reload every 15 minutes, and you've got all this new weather in front of you. So yeah, it's good. It'll be really good in a few patches time. I highly recommend it. You got to have a pretty meaty PC to pull it off though. I don't know. I'm a sucker for when people try to do something new, and they've brought 3D clouds, 3D volumetric clouds to the sim for the first time. It's a pretty good effort in my book. Oh, Cabix. No, I don't know that. I don't know what's going on there.
Velocity 886, you can contact center 125.0. Have a good night.
Center 1250, thanks, and good night, Velocity 886. 1250. 1250.
Climbing 280.
Terrain off, weather radar on. Look at all the traffic. One in front of us, one there.
G'day. Melbourne.
Whoops. When I use my mouse wheel to scroll in and out on X-Plane, if you do that over the trim wheel, it trims and disconnects the autopilot. So, little tip there, don't do that. Sean, have you been away from flying in real life? Yeah, Jones, I've been away from flying for about 12 years, so getting recurrent on my private license again. So just remembering what to do, buddy, and not using my iPad. Center, a very good evening. Velocity 886 with you through flight level 240 for 280.
Velocity 886, number 78, climb flight level 380.
Flight level 380, velocity 886. Flight level 380 set. Just want to make sure, yep, our cruise altitude has remained flight level 380.
Velocity 887, would you be able to accept a main amended cruise level flight level 340?
Cabix, yeah, some other stuff. Some other stuff went down, and I very much established in the airline industry. I'm just in an administration or a business role within a fairly large airline within the country. So I'm pretty well established, set up. I work for a great company. They treat me very well, and they're fantastic to work for. So.
Thank you very much. You can catch all speed restrictions and track a direct.
Yeah, it was Jones. I think I'll probably do something very, very similar. Very, very similar. Not that we can see much here, guys. As we chuff off to Melbourne. Okay, well now that we are established in our flight, let's have a little bit of a looky-loo at what everyone's been talking about tonight. So, just let me bring it up real quick, because everyone and their dog is talking about this on flight sim forums and Facebook, and of course now I can't see it. No, there it is. This guy right here. So powered by satellite data and Azure AI, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So it looks like they're doing their own version and utilizing Azure, which is Microsoft's cloud surface, which is really powerful. And it's great that they can tap into something like that, because they've got Bing Maps, they've got a couple of other cloud mapping and satellite data imagery sources. So to tap into that and bring it into the sim as a standard feature is absolutely amazing. So I dare say we're going to have Microsoft's version of, I guess, Ortho 4XP in their sim. And it's the smart way of going about it, right? Get all your textures and all that stuff from satellites, remove the clouds, all that sort of stuff, clean it up a little bit, and there you've got your base level texture, and then just apply 3D objects on top of it. I mean, it sounds like the way to do it to me. A lot of talk about whether it's going to be it's running on Xbox, so is it going to be like console? Is it going to be like Microsoft Flight? I'm pretty sure at E3, where they released this as well, they spoke about the new Xbox, which is apparently 2 or 3 times faster than the old Xbox. It's basically a little supercomputer. And if they're pretty confident it can run in that, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's going to be 2 flavors of it. We don't know, but the information that they say at the bottom of their website is they're covering the entire globe. You can fly a little prop, you can fly an airliner. Yeah, look, I'm pretty excited by it. I'll definitely give it a shot when it comes out. It looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. The whole Azure AI, and if they're going to tap into like Bing Maps and the Azure infrastructure as well, I think that's really smart. And what I'm seeing here looks like they kind of are. You know, look at that. Some of that looks amazing. That looks pretty special, but you always take these with a grain of salt, right? These guys know the right angles, they know the right sunset and sunrise to get it looking absolutely amazing. So, you know, you will yet to see what it's going to be like. I mean, that looks really good. That looks very, very basic. G1000, G3000. I think the 930's got a G3000 in it. That's looking a little bit, there's no synthetic vision there that I can tell. But those weather effects, well, Leviticus would like to be your friend on Project Fly. Oh, all right, buddy. But the weather, you know, the weather looks good. All those rain effects. It'll be good if they can bring those effects to be global. So no matter what the aircraft is, you're not relying on an aircraft developer to put them in. It's just the world washes over the aeroplane. It's just an effect that happens on anything that you put in there. So if you make a box fly and it hits the rain, and maybe it'll just go the same way. If they make it like engine driven rather than making the developers have to build it or code it and all that sort of stuff, where we get 5 or 6 different rain effects depending on the aircraft you like, and you know, or the aircraft you've got, I think it'll be a far better way of doing it. I mean, look at that, like sunsets, it's cheating, right? Every sim kind of looks amazing in the sunset. Even default X-Plane without any add-ons looks absolutely fantastic at sunset. I think they wouldn't be silly enough to isolate third parties, and I'm pretty confident in saying they've probably tapped a number of key developers in the, you know, the whole flight sim world, I guess, and they will be delivering content direct into the sim. So it will ship with maybe, a very high quality 7.3 or a very high quality 7.4, 777. Don't know, maybe, or A320. You know, I think there's definitely some opportunities there for some of those developers. But I look, on face value, I do like what we see. No mention of VR. To release a flight sim in this day and age without VR, I think, is absolutely the wrong way to go about it. Maybe they're just showing off, I guess, what looks the best, and that is not being in VR because it's hard to film VR. You know, no in-weather effects, so no flying through cloud in any of these videos. So they are missing a couple of key things. No aircrafts touching down, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, look, there's a lot to. Yeah, that is a TBM AFM. It's a TBM 930 barbs, whereas we've got the TBM 850, 900. Someone will kill me for getting that wrong. So look, yeah, we'll see. I think it's worthy of a look. Do we need another flight simulator? Yeah, I'll let you guys be the judge of that. A little shake up to the establishment's probably not a bad thing. Prepared's been slowly ticking along. X-Plane's been ticking along in the right direction. I think they've really done very well with virtual reality. But there's still a number of bugs in X-Plane that have been with us for years. The rain still follows my head. When I move my head that way, the rain moves with my head. That bug's been there for 2 years. Come on, guys. It's got an animated giraffe. FSX Plane 10. Hello, welcome to the stream, guys. So look, guys, competition is good. We as end users ultimately get a better product for it. You know, but we need to be mindful. It is that bit of a balancing game where we don't want so much choice in the base simulator that the third-party developers that we love can't afford to cross-build their 7.3 or 777 for 4 or 5 different platforms. They're all small teams. How can they support that? You know, every flight sim piece of software is doing updates at different times. It's going to be a nightmare to manage. So mindful of that, but we'll see how we go. I'm quietly confident. They've got an established record. If they've learnt from their mistakes, if they've done some true market research to investigate what's working out in the environment, what some of the pain points are, what are the things that you and I want, and they build an application capable of doing it, it could be a very, very solid platform to launch on. And if it tackles some of those key problems where it's got a modern graphics engine in it, it really takes it really utilizes hyper-threading and multi-core CPUs, multi-GPUs. If they can build a platform that can do all that, you're going to have people like me and some of my mates spending $10,000, $12,000 on computers to get the absolute ultimate experience, right? So, yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. All right, let's listen to some ATC. That's enough of me rambling on.
You do it.
Scotch check.
Do it in the full size sim so you can It's very distracting.
Sorry, mate. I'm getting told off having my mouse pointer on the screen. Sorry, everyone.
And Melbourne Center, Studio 1732 with you.
All right. Let's go and have a little bit of a look at the weather here. So ACARS, ATIS, YNML, Dooney 79. Dooney 79, hello and welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing really, really well. Welcome. Jones, I did see you there. I'm not ignoring you. What aircraft do you fly? I want to get back into flying. Jones, I was flying. I'm endorsed in the 150. I fly obviously the 152, the 172, and then I switched over to the Archer. No, the Warrior, the Archer, and had a few cracks at the Arrow. So yeah, good times. And what do we got here? We've got 360 at 11 knots, Cavo K, so pretty boring. Weather into Melbourne, QNH1017. We'll go and dial that one in now. Alright.
It looks good.
What are we talking about?
It's an arcade game. It'll just be another arcade game. Yeah. Xbox.
Oh,
So many people joined the Discord. Welcome to everyone who joined the Discord.
What a joker.
Hey, you never know until the game's actually released.
How do you get ATIS in the FMC? For me, it always says unavailable in the Zibo mod. Cabix, what version of the Zibo are you using and what weather engine?
Qantas 16. Velocity 887. Qantas 969. In turn, contact Melbourne Center 124.
1240, velocity 886, good night. Melbourne Center, very good evening, velocity 886, maintaining flight level 380. 314, Cabix, you've got to update your Zibo, you're on a very old version. Download the latest RC release client, which is 3.3, and patch it up to the latest version. Oh, they're really low, those guys. You're welcome, buddy. My headset battery didn't charge by the looks of it.
Actually, the game, or
is this guy AFK? Steve? I think this guy's AFK, Steve.
There's the trailer in general.
Center's AFK.
I think so, he's not replying to me. Oh, he's back.
Who's calling?
Velocity 886, we're with you, flight level 380.
Star 712.
Oh, what?
I heard your call phone just again.
Fossman, hello. The flight is going really well, buddy. We're at flight level 380. We're tracking down some people here at Mach .78. Everything's looking good. We've had a little bit of a chat about the new flight sim coming out, and we're just switched controllers, so we're now onto another center frequency.
Yeah, we're about 3,500 above our
Got a 959 approaches the air contact team and you'll give me a hand. Break check. 712 descent flight level 130.
No, goal.
130
Get rid of some of these charts
No,
now.
Oh,
There's another velocity guy here, 13 something, coming up from Hobart to Melbourne. We're going from Sydney to Melbourne. He's just trying to get in with a...
1733, understand flight level 250.
We'll just get some airtime with a controller. We'll get a jump in here too.
Flight level 130, velocity 1733.
And centre, good evening. Velocity 1886 with you, flight level 380. My battery's dead on my headset.
Velocity 886, Melbourne, Centre, Gita.
There we go, we're going to switch batteries.
Melbourne Centre, 1611 with you, flight level 380.
On a 1611, Melbourne, Centre, Gita.
Why didn't my battery charge? I think it's got some crappy terminals on it. Ah, the classic shit show. Have you flown online Vatsim before in Australia?
Velocity 833, Melbourne Centre, G'day, maintain
G'day. Alright, let's get some charts up here just so we're a little bit prepared. Hopefully we're gonna request an arrival into Melbourne, which will be the Lizzie 7 Victor arrival. Victor 2 arrival. Very many times. So hopefully they give us runway 34. I'm going to request it anyway, but just to give you a bit of an idea of the layout of Melbourne, this is runway 27, which I think is what they're using. So looking at the approach chart, it's basically coming down here into runway 27. We want runway 34, which is this guy just here. We want this guy just here. The wind is 350 at 11 knots, so it's favouring 34, but 11 knot crosswind is nothing, and it's easier for them for runway 26. But we're going to try for 34 here. Agalino1, hello, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thank you so much for the follow, welcome. I had some great vectors tonight. No more 5 knots or it's wind shear. So we're going to request from the controller this arrival, which is the Victor. So basically, the Melbourne CBD is just here. You'll see it. We get nice and close to the CBD. It's just down on our left-hand side, so we get to see a little bit more. But we do a nice visual turn onto the runways. So we fly over the top of Sheed, which is over the top of Esthead Airport, or as Barb says at Essington. And then we do a nice right visual turn and visual approach onto runway 34. So I think that'll be much better tonight than just shooting the ILS for runway 26. So we'll see how we go. We'll request it and see if we can get it.
Bravo,
I was wondering what was in between my toes. It's one of my dog's chew toys.
099 star clearance, Lizzie 7 Alpha, arrival runway 27.
Charlie,
when ready,
come here, buddy.
flight level 250.
Ugh, my dogs don't care about me anymore.
From Bravo, Oscar, Sierra, April, arrival. Bravo, Juliet, November, negative. Lizzie 7 Alpha arrival. I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, he got a Lizzie 7 Alpha. We don't want the 7 Alpha. We want the 7 Victor.
983, currently flight level 320 for 340, squawking 4465.
Do you reckon I got any chance of getting the Victor arrival tonight?
Just 983.
Into 3-4. Bueller?
No, was that Q-Link 421 is at file 160 and...
No one's talking to me in Discord.
Ready
That's right, mate. You go back to your barbecue. I'll give it a request, see how we go.
Yeah.
Give it a red hot crack.
I can't watch your
421 contact Canberra approach on
buffering off the
124
computer through
Does
Chrome,
it?
but if I watch it on the iPad, it's fine.
124.5, bye-bye, Q-Link 421.
Just 712 DC 9000 Melbourne Unit 2101.
You should, yeah, you can click on the and display a lower res quality. There you go. Whoa, that's like stream inception. Jesus, let's stop doing that. Thinking of flying VA23. VA23, that's Sydney Lax, isn't it? Pumpkin Eyes. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. If you've got any questions or comments, please shout out. Oh, Melbourne Lax. Okay. Melbourne Lax. Jeez, that's a long one. They're giving runway 27. We don't want 27.
Lucy 178 for runway 27, descend when ready to flight level 260.
Oh, this big guy is Charlie. Charlie? What's this? This big guy is Charlie. Charlie's my my big boy. Oh, and he loves licking. He loves kisses. Oh, buddy. No licking.
Contact Melbourne approach 132 there.
No licking. Oh. God, you're heavy. You can tell you've eaten dinner.
Velocity 887
Some retiree airline pilot still got it. Smashes out Vatsim on the weekends.
Shit.
Honestly,
Everyone's
Vatsim still exists by the time
everyone's getting alphas. We're gonna have to request this Victor here.
Flight level 250 when you're ready.
Center velocity 886 request. We're gonna really try our luck here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, center velocity 886. Our the watchers tonight have voted you the best center controller, and they've asked very politely if we could be granted the Lizzie 7 Victor so they can all see the lovely Yarra River tonight for velocity 886.
Australia version 2 was just released.
They expect the 7 Victor, and thanks very much for all your help, velocity 886.
See, I fly gliders.
Cafe 31 descent flight level 130.
Oh shit. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Con. 7 Victor, boys and girls. Let's go plug that in. Runway 34, the Lizzie 7 Victor. Execute legs. /2500 1854. We might go /4000 on you. There we go. Thick. Oh shit. Why does it do that? It bumped out my cruise level. There's a bug in my version of the Zibo which is doing this. 380. There we go. Top of descent at 10:55. 55. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a look here. So we might as well go ahead now and start getting set up for our arrival into Melbourne. So 1141 for the VOR, 1141, we'll switch that over there, 1141. Let's go ahead and do a quick check here. So the arrival starts from Lizzie. So Lizzie, mate, at or below 9,000, which we've got there. Then Ipgon at 230 knots, and I've got 4,000 feet set there. Then it's to Monty, Epgar at 185 or below, which we've got. Sheed at minimum of 150 knots. It's got bang on 150, and that was 2,500 or above. You want to be right at 2,500. So we've removed the 2,500 or above and hard-coded 2,500. Okay, and then it'll be that right-hand turn onto runway 34. Beautiful. Looking at the touchdown point here, elevation 350 or 330 feet, is it? What do we got here? 330 feet. We're touching down here, but I think the elevation of Melbourne's about 400, so we're just going to get dialing 400 anyway. It'll be a rolling out on runway 34 as well. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and set you. What do we got here? So with that, 4-3. 64, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 60. So 60. What did I say? 64, 8. 64, 7. 64.7. Flaps 40 landing for us. So 40 at 141. Beautiful, and we're doing a visual approach, so no minimums required. Okay, so nice long runway, almost 12,000 feet for us coming into Melbourne. We'll aim to get off there on Foxtrot, taxi around onto Tango and Alpha and into the Bay Echo or Foxtrot for us. Pretty straightforward. So it seems to be sending everyone down to runway 27. Yeah, A firm, Tom. We had to specifically request the Victor arrival there. Alrighty, well that's it's for the arrival briefing, guys. We have gone through obviously the weather here. The weather is pretty good. I think it was 1017 on the ATIS on the QNH. Yeah, 360 at 11, Cav OK, temperature 11, dew point 7, QNH 1017. So it's nothing we really need to worry about. I got vectored halfway to fucking Sydney before they turned me into 27. Why don't you ever use the other FMC? Well, that's for that guy. Pop Juicy, hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. If you got any questions or comments, please shout out.
Any chance of getting called to level 310? I'm getting one massive headwind, 370.
Oh, buddy, you're probably going to have a massive headwind on all of them.
Flight level 390, which is non-standard. Just be advised that basically everyone that's heading southbound at the moment is experiencing a pretty rough headwind at the moment.
Roosevelt, I'll fly 370. I'll make it easier for you.
We might speed up a little bit here.
390 if you'd like. There's no one else up there, so you might as well have a go. But just everyone's doing that.
Point 8. We've got a good 20-25 nautical miles between us and the next guy, same level. So we'll speed up point 8. Hi, Scotch. Are you drinking and flying? No?
Velocity 833, understood. Cleared block altitude between flight level 290 to flight level 330.
Everyone's complaining about the headwind. Everyone's getting smashed with the headwind at the moment. Larrikin, you...
1333, contact long approach 132.0.
132 is the next frequency.
130, velocity 1333.
Bye, Steve. Good luck. Don't worry, Sean. I was pissed at controlling 3 aircraft into Doha.
380.
Alrighty, guys. What I'm going to do real quickly here is just refresh this little guy here. Can't fly on an empty glass, so I'll see you all back here in just a second.
Delta Center, Qantas 1952 requests flight level 130. Qantas 1952 descend flight level 140. Descend 140, thank you. Qantas 1952 full separation, turn left heading 190. Qantas 1952, turning left, flight level 190, descending to flight level 140. You're doing very well. Break, no, you're doing well. Emirates 44, star clearance available. Emirates 44, go ahead. Emirates 44, star clearance, Lizzie 7 Alpha, arrival, runway 27.
Someone's doing well. I don't know who it is, but someone's doing well. Scotch check. Oh dear, where's our top of descent? Where is it? 50 miles away. Okay. Hopefully they separate these two guys ahead of me. There's a guy heading the opposite direction to Sydney. Do you like movies about gladiators?
UPS 9, climb flight level 410, fingers crossed it's better up there.
410, Jesus, he's going high.
Flight level 410, UPS 9, I'll let you know what it's like up there.
UPS 9? Who's UPS 9? What is he? Aircraft, UPS 9. UPS 9 is Jason, and he is in an aeroplane. UPS 9. An MD-11. Can an MD-11 go to 41,000 feet? MD-11. 0.674, go faster, brother.
The 887, I'll just get you to go as fast as your aircraft will allow you without exceeding the speed limit, just to keep you in the aircraft line, just separated.
Yep, I think you can get up to flight level 420. Wow. Guess we will find out. Who is someone's 886?
The 886 to make it easier. Would you like runway 34 so you can go over the city?
Yeah, if we can just get the Lizzie 7 Victor for 34, we're happy to fly the arrival. It works for us, thanks.
876. Break 26. 1611.
Thanks, brother.
1611 ready.
Nice of it when the controllers get on board and help us out. Everyone's been given the arrival into 27. Do I request an arrival? Tom, you can. You may not get it, you might. But are you going to be right with the visual turn over Sheed? So you want to be fully configured at Sheed. Yeah, so flaps 30, flaps 40, bang on speed, plus 5 knots. Gear out, everything, and then you do your right-hand turn onto runway 34, or are you going to do the RNAV maybe? Do you find it a bit tricky to remember what ATC just told you? I think it's like mental training. Yeah, you get better at it as time goes on. I find that when I take long breaks from flying, especially in real world, I'm madly scribbling stuff down because it just comes in one ear and goes out the other. But you get more familiar with it, it gets better.
We're leaving flight level 360. On descent, flight level
Yeah, Juicy, it comes with time, buddy. It comes with time.
Velocity 887, descend flight level 130, maintain that.
Hey, there we go. We got 160 DME Melbourne.
And that's 44, maintain 260 knots indicated on descent.
Oh, was that for us?
Just 465 approaching flight level 130.
I don't know if that was for us.
Start 465, descend 9, apologies, descend 8,000.
Juicy, just as we... No, what was it? KBX, just as we spoke about listening to ATIS and remembering it, I think I missed a call.
Cafe 31, contact Melbourne approach 132 there.
132.0, Cafe 31.
Velocity 886, doctor is available.
Go ahead for velocity 886.
Velocity 886, doctor is Lizzie 6, Victor arrival, runway 34. When ready, descent flight level 250.
Copy the Lizzie 6 Victor arrival for runway 34. When ready, flight level 250, velocity 886. Okay, 250 is set.
Velocity 833, contact Melbourne.
Okay, I think it's time for a bit of a chat with the guests in the back and give them a bit of an update on our progress. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, your captain speaking. We've got some updated weather details and arrival details for Melbourne. The boxes will have you touching down at about 22 minutes past the hour. We'll have you on the bay shortly after that. The weather for our arrival is looking rather cool, just 11 degrees with a light northerly wind in Melbourne and fairly clear conditions. We should get a nice approach into a nice view of the CBD of Melbourne as we do come in on the left-hand side of the aircraft when we come in tonight. We'll see if we can get a really good shot of the city there for you all. That's probably it. That's probably all you'll hear from us tonight. If anything does change, we will get back to you and update you. If not, we do thank you for choosing to fly Virgin Australia and trust you've had a pleasant flight. Thank you and good evening. Okay, back with you guys. What do we get? Did you get runway 34? Sorry, wasn't listening. A-firm, buddy. The 7 Victor for runway 34. Scott's check.
Just 465, turn left, track direct, Paula. From Paula resumes the start. Contact Melbourne approach 132.
I think my dogs are about to start barking. I think my partner's just walked in.
Okay, so much for the Paula from Paula.
Maybe not.
Approach 132, also just start 465.
Bravo Juliet November 099er, descend 9000, Melbourne QNH 1017.
They typically give it to you, mate, but sometimes when they're busy, aviate, navigate, communicate, you ask for it.
Melbourne Centre UPS 9 FYI, there is no difference between 370 and up to 410. It's exactly the same.
You're very welcome, Kenix.
Headwind.
Buddy, it's Australia in winter. You're gonna have wind no matter what.
Nah, I'll stay up here while I'm there, enjoy the view.
Enjoy the view.
Well, let's fuel.
Centre, this is Jester 983. Just for our arrival into Melbourne, we'd like to request a Lizzie 7 Victor 434, if possible.
Oh, no.
983, stand by for that.
I've started a trend. Uh-oh.
1952, turn left, track direct, mate. From mate, resume the Lizzie start.
Who was that for? Mate.
Turn left to intercept mate, and then follow the Star in, thank you.
There's mate.
Qantas 1952.
So someone's around here and they've been given direct mate. Alright, mate.
44, descend flight level 140.
That was me. I want to practice my RNAV and crosswind. Tom, you don't want the Victor for an RNAV, you want the Alpha for an RNAV. The Lizzie 7 Alpha, isn't it? Did you request the 7 Alpha? Because the 7 Alpha will take you all the way out over the CBD quite high and out for the RNAV.
Velocity 887, no problem. You can, as you begin to descend, you need to slow down, but just maintain it close to that.
That's why he checked you. That's why he didn't give it to you, because it didn't make sense. A Victor for the RNAV doesn't make sense, because the Victor's the visual. That's what the V is.
And
A firm KBX?
Can we cancel that speed at
This is the Navigraph charts here on this little iPad. Hey, meow meow.
And his name is Johnson. Speed restriction of max decimal 81. Can we cancel that speed?
Pilots.
Reduce 260.
Hi, man. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing really well. Thank you so much. Hey, meow meow. Mil.
Bravo Juliet, November 099.
You smell kind of funky. My dog smells funky. Absolutely. Jones is right. Absolutely. Very easy to use. Okay, we are getting close to top of descent. We're within 10 nautical miles. Descent checklist, please. Descent checklist is as follows. Pressurization, landing altitude 400 feet is set. Recall is checked. Auto brake is level 2. The landing data, we've got a VREF of 141. We'll do +5 down the approach, so 146 for us. Minimums, we're doing a visual approach, so we don't need them. Approach briefing is completed. That's the descent checklist complete.
Descend to 9,000.
Screw it, I'll do a visual.
17,
There you go. I'm probably going to be 3 sheets to the wind by the time we get to Melbourne, and I'll still do the visual in VR. No worries. Let's give it a crack. What could possibly go wrong, as they say? Thanks, just reminded me to go out and feed the dog. Go ahead.
Center, this is just 983, say again.
Here's top of descent.
Lizzie 7 Victor, arrival runway 34.
Hey, he got the 7 Victor as well.
Roger, Lizzie 7 Victor for runway 34, descend to flight level 250 when able.
When able. Center velocity 886. We vacated 380 for 250. Drag required. We're bang on profile, we're bang on speed, acknowledged, but no action taken. Something, but again, another chance with other craft such as the A350 or A320 AFM KBX. Once you have AVTab installed, you can actually get to it from the menu just here. And you don't need to have it bolted into the aircraft like you can see just there. So you can put this guy on any aircraft you like. Hey Rocket, hey brother, how are you, buddy? Hope you and the family are well. We're online, we're on Vatsim, we're flying during an event, we're flying from Sydney down to Melbourne. We're 4 scotches deep, we're on top of descent, descending into Melbourne, and I think my dog just ate its own shit, so pretty exciting. Yeah, KBX, it works very nicely in VR. I clipped it. We're great, thanks. Hope all is well with you, Baha. I freaking hate when the dog eats her own shat. Yeah, my Charlie, my eldest pug, did it for about a month and a half and got totally over it. Millie's been doing it for like 4 months. And we got to listen for the dog flap and then race out there to try and watch her and then get her away from it and pick it up straight away. Otherwise, she treats herself to some dessert. Awesome. Visual number 34. Awesome. Chef Frank. Chef Frank. So any tips you've got on stopping your dog eating its own poop, I'm all ears. It's driving me nuts. It's been a bit of a long, slow flight for us, Rocket. We up at flight level 360 or 380, I think we were at. We had 106 knots on the nose, basically, so very much a slow flight down to Melbourne. An hour and 15 into the flight, we got stuck behind some traffic departing Melbourne. We were 5 in the queue. But we got through it and we're away. Uh-oh. I got a clip here. What's going on?
And his name is John C.
Tape deck. Hello. That's always fun. That's always fun on the fuel. Yes, absolutely. Tape deck. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. 4 scotches deep. We're on top of descending into Melbourne. I think my dog just ate its own shit. So
Velocity 886, decent flight level 130.
Oh shit, he's talking to us. 180 velocity. What are we? 886.
Yeah, there we go. We're getting the number. Woohoo!
Oh shit.
Concentrate on what's in the cockpit. Stop turning around.
Sorry, mate.
Melbourne, gauge.
You hear my dog's barking. I think my partner is home. Guys, let me just jump away really quickly and sort that out. I'll be back in literally 30 seconds. I'll see you all in just a sec.
Velocity 892, possible to 0.
Velocity 892, Melbourne, send a good day.
Yes, I do confirm I'm not getting broken into. My partner is home. Wouldn't that be funny live on stream? Good luck. We have 4 German Shepherds and 2 of them can eat them like to eat their shit too. Oh, no thanks. No thanks. Take the wheel, Otto. Excuse me.
Good evening, Melbourne 6 453 with you, Sydney 711. Can I get push and start, please?
You can get push, but you're not getting start because we don't give start in this country. Or you can just get nothing. Perfect.
Minus 453, push and start.
Push and start recruit, so 453.
Fix, delete, Melbourne. What we'll do is slash our 50 in there. Okay, there's our 50 lines. Slash 100 is going to be well and truly behind us. Cool. We'll go course 340.
Start 518, start correct.
340. You get no starting position permission. You can start. Yes, that's controlled by you and whoever's pushing you back. Yeah, no start request. Start required. Just push back. We're Aussies. We keep it simple.
Cleared for the pre-arrival on the seat on the left and ready for 250, 518.
Okay, I think it's almost time for some VR. When we get through flight level 200 and I down the rest of my scotch, we'll be in very fine form to jump into VR.
Melbourne Centre UPS 9, any chance for star clearance for me?
No.
UPS 9, Melbourne approach, velocity 887, contact Melbourne approach 132.0 now.
So he's getting it just before the 50 mile mark, because that's the guy ahead of us, 887. So, velocity 887, this guy's just been told to contact approach, Melbourne approach at 1320, just before the 50 nautical mile mark. So we got approach dialed up, ready to go next.
MS 44, DC 9000, Melbourne QNH 1017, and you can cancel your speed restriction.
Cancel the speed and we copied 1017, it was broken on the altitude package.
Chuck you up there. Sorry guys for launching that in front in your face.
Melbourne Centre, Apollo 246, request start clearance.
Apollo 246, start clearance, Lizzie 7 Alpha, arrival runway 27, when ready, descend 250.
Okay, we're coming through 2-1. Oh, that gets strong at the end.
Lizzie 7 Alpha, arrival runway 34, when ready, will descend to 250, Apollo 246.
Borisoon 12. Hello, welcome to the stream. I don't know how to say your name. Borson 12 Alpha. I'm so horrible at names. I do really apologise. But welcome anyway. Hello.
7 Alpha, arrival runway 27. When ready, descend flight level 25.
Okay, I think we need to go jump into VR here. Let's go do it. Switch mics and let's go do it. So the stream is going to go black here for a second, guys.
Centre, this is Jetstar 983, request for descent past flight level 250.
Jetstar 983, descent flight level 130.
130 for Jetstar 983.
Alrighty, where are my hands? Come back to me, aeroplane. There we go. And I think we need to fix you up so you guys can see. Perfect. There we go.
Alpha, Golf, hold short 34.
Okay, plugins, movie, ooh, we just got a message. What did we get? Turn around in your cockpit. That was a joke. Not as much fun as you get. Ah, that's alright. All good. What do we got here? Yeah, we descend fast. We don't fuck around sometimes.
44, contact approach 132.0.
Alrighty, we might go ahead and kill you.
44, contact approach 132.0.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Emirates 44, 132.0. Okay, correct.
Now, all stations, Melbourne Centre will be closing time 20.
Time 20. Okay, 12 minutes. And center velocity 886, maintaining flight level 180.
Velocity 886, descend flight level 130.
130, velocity 886. 130, set. No, it's the cabin crew prepare for landing call, so they start getting the cabin ready. It typically comes on before we do the fasten seatbelt signs, but I was a little bit late.
Comet 453, taxi, actually last station calling to say you were caught by us.
See you there, Sean. I will, buddy. I'll see you there. I'll race you.
Comet 453, cross runway 34 left on Lima, then taxi.
We're doing about 280 knots. us. We're doing about 302 across the ground. It's, the aircraft's diving here for the profile.
Alpha 1 into 34 left to takeoff.
Qantas 453, Alpha 6 is down the end of 34 left. If you keep taxiing straight, it'll just be on the end.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sorry about that, I did need Alpha 6.
Alpha 6.
You're alright. 1611, contact approach on 132.0. See ya.
132.0, thanks for the coverage.
Ooh. I didn't get the ATIS into Melbourne. Whoopsie doodle.
1,000 to go.
1141. 114. Oh, that's not right. That's bloody 1180. No, it's not.
969 cleared Sydney via Cullen, plan route, maintain 10,000, runway 35, Cullen, 9 departure, squawk 3046.
Approach. Notify receipt of information Tango, Melbourne, terminal information Tango. For departures, runway 34.
Tango.
For arrival, runway 27. Wind 350, degree 14 knots. Cab OK. Temperature 12. QNH 1017. On first contact with Melbourne. Ground approach. Notify receipt of information Tango, Melbourne.
Information Tango, guys. Information Tango.
Qantas 34, apologies. Qantas 453, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff, make the left turn.
Clear for takeoff, runway 34 left, make a left turn after takeoff. Thank you very much.
4,000, yeah, got heaps of room. Don't need to cross start, brother.
Feel free to push in taxi around the airport, all of the holding places.
UAE Air Force, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing really well. Any questions or comments, please shout out. Alright, there's Lizzie. You can see us on the chart now. A little red aeroplane just here. We're going to fly down here. Mate, idle below 9,000. He's keeping us up here because there's a few steps, control steps for the Class Charlie, and he's just got to make sure he keeps us in the steps down to the airport for our vertical descent. So we should get descent here real soon.
The 886 DC 9,000, Melbourne QNH 1017.
9,000 on 1017, velocity 889. 886. 880 something.
Polar 246, descent flight level 130.
Descent flight level 130, Polar 246.
UPS 9, descent flight level 130.
We got 9 or below. It's going to dive us. Yeah, it is. We're just going to do that. 26, 25, 24, that'll be good enough for us. Shifted you to the big screen, mate. Pewter screen too small. Alright, well, hello, Steve, and hello, Aaron.
Just confirm squawking, actually, disregard. Turn left track direct Wollongong.
Direct the gong. I might go 240 and dive, chuck that back now.
Qantas 453, report current altitude.
Current altitude passing 3,200 for 5,000.
I'm not going to have it dive to grab the path there, so we're just going to ease it in a little bit. 1017, 1017, on, and on.
Star 983 DC 9000, Melbourne QNH 1017. Jetstar 983 descend 9000, Melbourne
I'm
QNH1.
just going to hold that there so we don't bust the 250 below 10.
9,000 for Jetstar 983.
I definitely did, buddy. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
Thousand to go.
There's the CBD at the city of Melbourne ahead of us
Velocity
now.
886, contact approach 132.0.
Approach now 132.0. Thanks, mate. Good night. Velocity 886.
Yeah.
Tango. Melbourne approach, very good evening. Velocity 886 with you, maintaining 9,000 with Tango.
Velocity 886, good evening. Melbourne approach, expect visual 27, descend by the star 5,000.
Just confirmed 27, we're given Victor for 3-4 and 5,000 velocity 886.
My apologies, my sincere apologies. Expect runway 34. Continue descend 5,000.
3-4 and thanks down to 5,000 velocity 886. What am I doing here? I am doing that. Now I can do that. VNAV path, there we go. We'll get on the boards now.
I've got to concentrate. I've got to concentrate.
Hello?
Hello? Echo.
Quebec's velocity is the Virgin Australia name given its identifier. Go Sheed, go Sheed, go Sheed. We're going to Sheed, mate, as my aircraft diving me for this profile here. It's going to bust that speed restriction.
By the star 4,000.
By the star 4,000, velocity 886. Okay, what do we got here? We want to be 4,000 at Ipgon. Okay, we're going to bust that a little bit. That's okay. We're going to grab it still. 250 below 10. We'll go terrain on.
Approach, this is Jetstar 983, currently with you at 10,000. Scoring 4,465.
And 4,000 by Monty, so we can drag you out a little bit actually. We don't, go deep, don't need to go screaming down there.
Jetstar 983, good evening.
And we've got 230 at Epgon and then 185 by Epgar. Okay.
And when ready, 5,000.
We can slow up a little bit more now. Let's get a flaps up speed.
And expect visual 3-4 for Jetstar 983.
Ah, look at all that. Look at the lovely CBD of Melbourne.
11 visual and on the iOS.
We are visual. You can see the airport's just out here.
11 today, contact Melbourne.
It's 5,000. Double ding the crew. That gives the crew a little bit of an oral warning that we're only 5,000 feet from the ground. 3,000. 3,000 and we're visual velocity 886.
Velocity 886. Clear visual approach 27. Report is done. So report on.
Okay, cleared visual approach. Just confirm a visual approach for 3-4, velocity 886.
Sorry, my apologies. Keep getting confused. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay, I guess it's 3-4 he means. Okay, cleared visual approach. We go down to 2,500. We want to be at 2,500 via Sheed, so we're going to adjust our vertical speed now, and put the banana bar just about there. And we'll use some of this to the shallower descent to use to wash off some speed here. And we might use flaps 1 there to aid us too, because we are getting close to Sheed, so we're going to bring that right back actually.
Approach
Emirates 44, you copy.
I don't know if you guys can see off the nose there, Essendon Airport. We're going to fly over the top of Essendon Airport, and then a right visual turn into Melbourne. The CBD of Melbourne just off to our left here.
AFM heading 180, Kent 180. Kent 180. Okay, left turn heading 180, Emirates 44. Alright, take a breath. Meant to be fun.
Flaps 5. And the approach checklist, we were clear for the approach. 1017, 1017. Approach checklist complete.
Confirming you are from Melbourne.
A firm, we're doing the Lizzie 7 Victor for the visual right turn runway 34. Polar Bear, no, I don't have it unfortunately. Okay, 147, Fox 20, we'll go gear down. Fox 40, nice and early, landing checklist. Landing checklist, engine start switches are auto, speed brake is armed, landing gear is down, 3 green and flaps are 40, green light, landing checklist complete.
Polar 246 with you, flight level 10,000 for 9,000.
The CBD of Melbourne just over there.
Polar 246 heading projecting Melbourne approach.
And we've got, we're going to be over the top of Sheed at 2,500 here. 2,500 Sheed.
Runway 27, we'll continue on your approach to Polar 246.
Okay, for those of you on the chat, it's going to get a little bit busy now till we touch down, so if I ignore anyone, please excuse me.
Emirates 447, 3,000. Just 3,000, leaving 4,000 Emirates. Velocity 850, confirm visual.
We've already told you we're visual. A-firm, we're still visual, velocity 886.
Velocity 886, no problems. When ready, you are cleared for the visual approach for 34.
I thought we were already cleared for that, but copy cleared for the visual approach, velocity 86, we'll call you final.
My apologies, sorry for the misunderstanding.
Okay, over the top of Essendon Airport, and we're doing a right turn into that bad boy. No, Cavex, it works fine, we're doing a visual approach, no need to set a minimum. If you press and hold it a little bit in the direction you want to go, it'll plus up and hold the climb for you. Okay, once we get over Sheed, we'll start descending. Oh, good, buddy. Oh, good.
All that 246 heavy descent 3,000 and the report visual.
Okay, there's Sheed.
And 3,000 and we'll
I have control. Let's start the descent. A-firm, cleared visual approach. We'll kill the flight directors, they're useless to us now.
We are 8,900, Polar 246.
I'm not sure if you're going to make it, do you require vectors for the go around or vectors for the approach? It's very high.
Set 4,000.
Roger, yes, we would like to request vectors for the approach, Polar 246.
Yeah, no problem. Capital track 330 to maintain 5,000.
Track 330, maintain 5,000, Polar 246.
Just 983, continue approach speed to minimum approach.
Roger, speed minimum for just 983, continue approach.
Right, 44.
left heading 070 now for the visual intercept 34.
1,000 feet, stabilized, missing approach altitude set.
And approach velocity 886 established 34.
Velocity 866, contact Melbourne Tower now 120 days 5.
Oh no.
500.
Oh no. Over to tower 1205, velocity 886. We're not going to get that. We're going to hold that. We're clear to land with visual. We're not clear to land, but there's no way we're going to be able to dial that up at this time. We're just going to land.
Right, heading 080, Apollo 246.
200.
That's 44, confirm on visual.
That's my bad. I should have dialed that up beforehand. I didn't realise we had a tower controller on.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There's no 983, descent 3000, number 2 for landing.
Sorry, say again, just 983?
80 knots.
The 983 cancel this stage heading 180.
Way too slow to dial up.
0 for separation, 190.
Oh, I can't dial that up even on the rollout. That's way too slow.
Emirates 44, cleared visual approach for 34.
We're going to dial it. We're going to just hold here and I'll dial it up.
Emirates 34, I'm sorry sir, I'm trying to help
There's
you out here.
no way.
I'm actually on a left downwind for 16 at the moment, that's where you've got me. I can't turn for a visual approach 34 from this position.
You should have transferred us, it was too late. It's I should have had it dialed up anyway. It's my bad. Tower, hello, velocity 886. Our apologies for the late call there. We got handed off to you crossing the fence with no time to call you. We're off on the high speed for Foxtrot 11. One 1205. 1205. Well, let's clean it up. Master caution, anti-ice.
Mate, and then I can come back in.
There's no tower controller on anyway.
Emirates 44, no problem. I need to find out what runway you can take, sir.
There's no
I
tower
can take
on.
runway 34, I can take 16 or 34, whatever you want.
There's ground. 1217. There's no tower frequency.
Okay, no problems. You can take 134, heading
1217.
Climb.
So we were meant to be handed off at sheet to tower. Oh, there he's back. Oh well, we might as well go to ground. 1217 anyway. Ugh, other way. So there we go. Ground, hello, velocity 886. We're off on the high speed Foxtrot for Bay Foxtrot 11. Oh wow, Tom, yeah, that sounds about right.
Velocity 886, Tango Alpha Yankee to the bay.
Tango Alpha Yankee.
Tango Alpha Golf to the bay.
Yeah, we knew where you're going. Tango Alpha Golf to the bay, velocity 886. Let's go. Yeah, right.
Velocity 886, thanks.
Tower is meant to hand us off over the top of Sheed. I forgot to dial up the tower frequency anyway. Short final, there's no way that was going to happen, so I just landed the aeroplane on the runway. It was clear anyway, and we are talking to ground now anyway, so we skipped tower. Oh well, shit happens. I hope you guys enjoyed the approach. It's one of my all-time favourite approaches, that one. A little bit high there in the turn. I should have got a little bit lower there initially, but we caught it. Okay, Okay, just check here. Ground's actually controlling and we're not going to hit another aircraft. Last time I came in here, and Steve will attest to this, I got cleared to the bay and I came face to face with a 777 coming out of here, turning onto Alpha as well to the bay. So that wasn't very good for us. AFM KBEX, I've got oh god, whoever does a really good Melbourne here in next plane. The light signals were green, that's all that matters, that's right, buddy. I hope that was alright, Steve. Hopefully that was good to watch. We were getting a little bit funky there when we were trying to dial up that frequency, which is why I just turned around and said, nah, we're going to just land the aeroplane. Stuff that. And Foxtrot 11, just here. Don't even need to look at a ground chart. Yeah, that's right, Steve. Face to face. We got one of these crazy X-plane fuel trucks ahead of us. He's looking a bit dodgy, just slowly driving out there. You watch, we'll get close and he'll dart into the side of us. Okay, off. Fox 11 is the far end one here on the right. True, mate, true. Here we go, there she is, the far end bay just over here. We'll turn the taxi light off. There's a lot of light here in Melbourne on the ramp. Santa, it has! Hey buddy, you've caught us just at the end. Stay there, asshole. Turn it in. Nice tight turn for us here in Melbourne, that's what we like, a nice tight gate. Bloody hell. A-firm auto gate plug-in. Yep.
And Melbourne ground, on 1611, where it's
cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
Alright, thank you.
This is where coming into the bay, we give a quick look to the ground crew. Hi guys. Stop! Okay. Set the chocks, connect the GPU. Any comments on how the Rift S is compared to the Vive? First Vive, I'm utterly disappointed with the amount of pixels on the Vive. Santa, get yourself a Rift S, you'll be so glad you did. It's a huge step up from the Vive. Okay, on to you. We don't need you. And shutting down. Oh, it's really bright under these lights. Holy shit. Anti-collision light is off. Unlock. Here we go. Alright, what do we got here? Doors, open. Awesome. Shut down checklist. Let me turn that off. And the chocks were in, so we don't need you and you. Shut down checklist, please. Okay, so the fuel pumps, everything is off. The probe heat is off. Hydraulic panel is set. We've turned the electric hydraulic pumps off. The flaps are up. The parking brake is set. Engine start levers are cut off, and the weather radar is off. And off. That's the shutdown checklist complete. AFM, yeah, I did Santa. So we did do a bit of a chat about it. Whoops, we better stop the clock, eh? Stop the clock. 1 hour and 48 minutes. Yes, we did. We did a bit of a chat about it in the cruise segment and the climb and cruise segment of the flight. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Let me just go and jump out of VR. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff, that. Hopefully it's good. Here we go. Nice haircut. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. It's very nice. So we are here on the bay. Let's go ahead and we'll get some ground handling, and we'll get some rear stairs on the aircraft. Get people disembarking via the rear as well. So that guy there, we'll chuck some of those guys on, drive those guys up. And what we'll do is we'll open that rear aft entry there. Here they come. Beautiful. What else have we got coming into Melbourne? We got anything on final approach here? They're all coming into runway 27, which is this runway just here. So. You can see this is runway 27 across here, runway 34, which is the runway we landed on here. Well, it looks insanely good graphic-wise, but I fear like everything on E3 graphics will just turn out in reality far from gameplay. Yes, I think Santa, I did caution against that as well. You know, these guys, these developers, they know how to make their stuff look
Ground Jet 983 is currently with you on that.
So you need to take it with a grain of salt, those approaches, because, not approaches, those videos. You want to see it in the flesh. We had someone land. Oh, yes, there we go. Jetstar. Someone landed. One of the Jetstar guys.
Apologies. Apologies. Say again for Jetstar 983.
Jetstar 983, you have a bay.
So Jetstar 983. He's going to be down to the corner send. He's going to be down here somewhere.
Just send me anywhere for Jetstar 983.
No, it's Jetstar 983, right on Alpha, left on Tango to the bay.
We've got someone on final approach here.
Left on Tango to the bay for Jetstar 983, thank you.
And we've got something in the sky, either going around runway 27. I can't tell if this guy is in front of this guy. What do we reckon's going on there? No one wants to talk to me. Oh, Barbs, I'm here, buddy. Sorry. Sorry, brother. I don't know if that guy... Is he in front of this guy? I think he is. He needs to turn his landing lights on. Hey. Scotch check. What do we reckon? Is this guy going around? Yeah, we landed, mate.
Roger. Copy.
I don't know what this guy's doing. He's struggling all over the place, and we got this guy just coming in here. I think this is the 747 that was behind us in Sydney. I think that's him here. I think we're going to have a go around here. I think... What is going on here? This isn't going to end well. This is going to be pretty bad. This guy is warping all over the place with his 1986 internet. And I'm pretty sure this is the Polair 747 that was behind us coming in. Is there anyone coming in for 3-4 where we came in? Oh, yes, there is two. So this is the runway that we landed in here, just here. And you can see there's one guy coming in for runway 3-4 as well. But I think he's shooting the RNAV. So he actually comes right out over the city and then turns in for the approach into Melbourne. So what was the flight today? Santa, it was from Sydney to Melbourne today, so we are here in Melbourne, Victoria. Based on your approach, controller probably doesn't know either. Oh, he's diving for the field. Oh, this is the MD-11. This is the MD-11 that went to like 41,000 feet here. That's right. He's flying stealthy. He's not going to have any of his landing lights on. That 747 is very, very close behind. Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee, otherwise known as Sydney.
South African 452, you're cleared to Sydney via no-cell planned route, no-cell 9 departure, runway 34, climb via the SID to 5,000.
I don't know where the landing lights are for that guy.
Departures 132.0.
Oh, he might get off. This guy would be going so slow. He'd be on his minimum approach speed the whole way in. And old mate here, if he can take the high speed here, is that Echo? The high speed here. If he can get off here, I don't know if it's Echo, but if you get off at the high speed, and I think he has, Mr. No Landing Lights, he has. Oh, there we go.
Now 124.0.
127. That'll be November.
November, yeah. The approach controller nearly sent me into the Emirates aircraft. Jesus, Tom. Not good. Can you see me on Bay Echo 5 or was I kicked? That's us, Bay Echo 5. I think you were kicked, Steve. I don't see you on the Bay, mate. You'd be... That's 1, 3, 5. You'd just be there, wouldn't you? You can see us there on Fox 11. Crazy fuel truck. Where's the Polair 74? Here he is. Is there someone sticking out of the terminal? I don't see anything sticking out of the terminal. And here comes the Polar. Here comes the Polair 747 landing very, very firm into runway 27. Oh, that was good traffic separation, I guess. No room for error.
Good evening, Melbourne ground. Constellation Victor Hotel Echo Alpha Delta. We're over at Qantas Maintenance off Whiskey 1.
Qantas Maintenance.
And
there he is.
Some high-speed taxi, if that's possible.
High-speed taxi.
Echo Alpha Delta, your star's approved, and we'll just get back to you regarding the high-speed taxi.
I thought there was someone coming into 3-4 here. They looked like there was someone out there coming into 3-4. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, right. Okay.
Ground, UPS 9, request taxi to the cargo.
Wow, that was fun.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's probably going to conclude it for the stream today. I hope you really enjoyed it. It was good fun. I love VR, and I really love my Rift S. It is a really decent bit of kit. It's a nice step up from the Rift. If you've got the Rift and you're thinking about whether you take the jump to the Rift S, I do recommend it. If you've got something like a Vive, I do highly recommend that you do the switch. In regards to the stream schedule, it is quite a busy week for me this week. I'm going to try and slot a stream in on Thursday my time. We are getting heavily back into DCS. I know Barbs and I have been heads down bums up in that for a few days, relearning the Hornet and a couple of other things, so I dare say we might get some DCS VR streaming going on really soon. But as I said, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will catch you all again really soon. Bye for now.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.